What is going on, everybody? Jay demanded that I be here today for a little while, so I am here for a little while. It is Geeks Gamers Daily, the single most important show in the history of the internet. Every single professional in our industry has confirmed that. And then we have Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
That's true. Hello. Yeah, it feels like we were just here on this channel, live streaming not that long ago. Yet here we are again.
Yeah, but the real men like me and Jay and Beardo played Fortnite afterwards, Ryan. Where were you?
I was making videos. I was doing dumb bullshit. And what else was I doing? Oh, also I was getting all of my documents ready for Chris Gore's Critics Court today. So I still have a lot of work to do on that after this.
All right,
because it's very important. We are prosecuting Disney for the murder of Star Wars. So.
All right, I guess that's easy. Acceptable. That's it. That's acceptable. I mean, me and Jay and Beardo and Crystal were just dropping dubs all day on some of the greatest Fortnite players in the history of the game. I mean, these guys were, Jay, you can confirm, these were some of the best players we've ever seen.
It was intense.
Yeah. Pretty intense. I mean, I would guarantee at least 9 to 10 years old. Each one of the people that were playing.
We were playing so good, I got bored and left early.
Yeah. So
the thing with the Critics Court is I can't just go there and talk, right? I can't just go there and like talk or give my opinions. We got to back it up. We got to have evidence. So we got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Disney did murder Star Wars.
But for you can just talk. I mean, I know you're doing your research, but for you could probably.
Well, I could just stand up there and talk for 20 minutes, but I have to be able to show. So I have to like do all this stuff and get all the articles and some videos. And I've got a Dave Filoni video that I can't wait. Oh no, a female lead. How unfair.
Female character, right?
A female character.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're gonna do it again and again and again. I can't wait to play that one. That'll be one of my favorites because everyone hates Kathleen Kennedy. Not everyone hates Dave.
You should bring me in as your star witness, and I'll put the final nail in Filoni's coffin for you. That would be that's how could you dispute that when I come in and I say I support everything Ryan's saying about Filoni. Disney Star Wars is dead. It's over.
Unfortunately, you have to dress for court, Jeremy.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
That's probably a big no.
I
can't wear baseball caps.
I wore a goofy ass shirt and tie and all that shit for 15 years in retail as a manager. I'm done with that. Ain't doing it. But hi, Drunk 3PO. How are you?
Feeling good. That's how I'm feeling.
Thanks, Jay.
Yep. Just thought I'd add that while we get started.
I will be on Critical Drinkers live stream tomorrow as well to talk about the Little Mermaid. Drinker did a great review of it. And so, yeah, I'll be popping on Open Bar tomorrow to talk about that. And I will be doing some traveling. So I'll be here for a little while. And then I'm going to turn the show over to Drunk 3PO to take over for me. Do you guys think he's going to be able to do it? I think he can do it. I believe in Jay, like Gotham believed in Harvey Dent. We all know how that turned out.
Not great.
Anyway.
Well, Jay, are you excited to talk about She-Hulk?
Yes,
Ryan seemed to be very excited.
I love She-Hulk, man. She-Hulk was great for my channel.
Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, so Ryan, is the back end, do you have access to it? Because
I do now, yeah.
Please configure both primary and backup streams correctly.
That happens all the time. That's just a fucking dumb shit.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because we only have a good connection and not an excellent connection. And I've never seen good connection. I only seen excellent connection and then the issues. I've never seen just good connection.
I blame YouTube. There's something fucking wrong with it. I don't know.
Okay.
But as soon as we started the stream, it like came up. So
okay.
As is Wonky Eyebrow for 2. Hail, fellas. Hope you're well. Hail to 199. Thank you.
Whoa.
Blue Tiger member for 2 months. The Scuttle song is ear-bleedingly terrible, but I think the quality is overshadowing how that song brings stereotypical porno music into a kids movie. Whap, chicka, whap, whap.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Mike, go ahead.
You can't understate how bad. Like you can't overstate it. I mean, like it is unbelievably bad. It's probably the worst song I've ever heard. And that's not even like hyperbole. It's unbelievably bad to the point where
How
you
bad
can't
is it,
even.
Jeremy?
So it is. I don't know what was there a joke I'm missing there. I just woke up.
You just said that about 8 times in a row now.
Oh, I'm just saying it is
Gay,
unbelievably bad.
gay.
Gay bathhouses. It is the Joe Biden of songs. That's what it is right there. I didn't know if there was some kind of like absolutely amazing joke that like I didn't know
No,
if you were
no.
throwing me a toss up.
That's all, I mean, that's all you like you hear. Like, I'm
um
so glad I missed that and like I literally had 0 interest in that film whatsoever. So
I mean the movie itself, I was checked out for most of it, man. I was on my phone most of the time. Like I'm just like, this is so bad. And you know, now I guess we're gonna talk about it a little bit later, but it deserves all the criticisms it's getting and more. And hopefully it loses money and we can add Little Mermaid lost money to the outro. I will bring my outro back and we will add Little Mermaid lost money. We'll do Little Mermaid lost money, Solo lost money, Lightyear lost money. Fuck Naughty Dog, fuck Lucasfilm, and we will talk to you later.
The one thing that I will say is a positive out of this is that I rewatched the original Little Mermaid for the first time in a long time, and that movie is really good. So they should never have fucking done what they did to it.
still holds up, huh?
Still holds up. The animation still holds up. Like it's crazy. Like so that some of that animation was done in 1989 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty phenomenal.
Did you see like the I know this might be off topic, but it's like the the Spider-Verse cost 100 million to make, but that Elementals movies is like over 200 million.
Mhm.
And it's like how
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, there's something going on where they're just like triple charging for like plastic cups on set or something for like these movies that they're making over there at Disney.
Like you can tell. So like the Pixar style of animation, because that's a Pixar one, right? That's
Yep,
a Pixar.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Elemental's
It's-
Pixar.
It is like you can tell that there's a like slightly more to it, like than there is to something like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, right? The animation looks a little bit better for that than it does for something like Puss in Boots, which is made for like probably like 90 or $100 million, or Spider-Verse. But yeah, the fact that it costs twice as much is insane. Now, Elemental, we got the first projections for opening weekend. It's set for around a $40 million opening weekend, which would be, I think, the second or third worst all time for a Pixar movie.
Wow.
And there
Yeah.
it is right there. So we got the Rotten Tomatoes score already starting out rotten right now with critics. So critics clearly are being toxic. The review bombing for critics of Elemental has begun. This is the toxicity of critics. They are review bombing it. And I think it just shows that they hate, diversity and representation. I don't know anything about Elemental. But
That's the problem. Nobody does. It's a
Yeah.
movie about a water lady
Water and fire.
and a fire
no,
boy.
No.
So
Hold on. No, it's a water
water
boy
lady.
and a fire lady.
oh, my bad. I got the genders mixed up. Sorry.
Oh, you misgendered, Jay.
I misgendered a
Ooh.
fire element. Sorry.
But this goes back to what we've been talking about, and that's that Disney has lost. Disney has lost when it comes to animation. For 3 straight years, they've lost, and this will be the 4th with what we've already seen from Mari, with the bad projections for Elemental. Disney is no longer this family animation company that they were kind of built on, or at least in the past several decades. And not only is that Rotten Tomatoes the worst ever score that we've seen for kind of a first of a series for Pixar in studio history, but now we see what these actual numbers are set to be, and it's not looking good. $40 million opening weekend box office right now is what it's projected for. Could certainly go up. You never know. It's just a projection. But look at this. In the near 30-year history of Pixar feature films, in which 23 have been released theatrically, only 2 have earned 3-day openings of less than $40 million. The first was The Good Dinosaur, also from the same person who's directing Elemental, which opened to $35 million over the Thanksgiving weekend like 8 years ago. The second film was Onward, which opened at $39 million, basically as COVID shut everything down. So one, you have like somewhat of an excuse for that one. Other than that, it's the second worst all time for Pixar. And that's not even factoring inflation, like all this stuff, right? We're just talking about raw box office numbers. If this happens, this is less than Lightyear. Lightyear only ended up making a little over $220 million worldwide. I don't know if this will tank that hard, but this you're looking at another $100 million loss, if not more, for Disney if this tanks the way it's looking.
Man,
Dude, this
Pixar
is
used to be the
huge.
standard.
The gold standard. Every
It
time they
was
brought
like
something out, and then they fired John Lasseter for giving hugs at work. And it's been all downhill from there. But Jay, I want to ask
Pixar.
you this question. So with what we're seeing from Universal kind of becoming the standard for family entertainment, you know what I mean? With animated films, things like that, versus Disney that is declining. Do you think that has any direct ties to what we're seeing in the theme parks right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. People
Yep.
are choosing the other, and
Yep.
they've had enough.
Yep.
They've had enough. And I do think that that clip that you showed yesterday of the guy at Bippity Boppity Boo, the guy dressed as a woman who didn't even shave his mustache, could have
Yep.
at least done that. But I think all that stuff is just people are just, you might not see like the ultimate outrage, but they're just like, let's go over here instead. Universal's about to open a massive Minion kids play area thing, and they're getting ready to advertise that. Then of course there's Epic Universe that's about to open in another year. So I think the crazy thing is that Universal hired a lot of the old Imagineers from Disney of old, and like people of old, to work like at their theme parks and other stuff like that when Disney felt like they were too big to fail. So it's like I know they smell blood in the water big time, and they're just like they're not relenting. They are pushing forward, and if this the one thing that, as far as theme parks, like the Disney resorts are still, if you would to grade them, they probably are. They're still a lot better. Like that's something Universal hasn't really tapped in yet, as far as like these elaborate themed resorts with restaurants. But it looks like Epic Universe will start to do things like that. And if they open what the rumors are out there, if they open this Zelda place and the this Harry Potter hotel, that is just, they're being very quiet about that. They have this whole space. I don't know if you guys remember where they used to do in the back, they did a Bill and Ted show. It's right next to Men in Black at the Universal side. There's that whole stadium like right back there in that area. There's all these whispers about a Harry Potter themed hotel. That thing will,
Oh,
That'd be great.
that'll be crazy. That, and if they do the Zelda stuff that's being rumored, because Nintendo and Harry Potter are brands that have like staying power beyond any kind of trend or anything like that. They are going to be there. People are going to always want to go there and be part of that. And so, where is Epic Universe located?
it's right across from the Orlando Convention Center. So you'll be able to see it when you go to a convention, like you go to MegaCon. It's like literally like right across the street. So it's not far.
How are they?
It's almost could be walking distance for some people. So
Are they going to have like a system, like a monorail style system that's going to get people to and from?
the Brightline train is supposed to drop people off right in front of it when it
Okay.
opens, and that's from all over Florida. So as far as I don't know if they're
It's
going to
open in
do
September, right?
2024. Yeah.
Oh,
2020.
Yeah, next year. No, it's
2020.
2025, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
no,
2020.
the monorail, the rail thing. Isn't there some
The train system's
opening?
already started. So
Yeah.
like it's already like you can hop on it now and I think get to Miami in 3 hours for like $65-$70. So that
That's
stuff is
like,
going.
but I could drive to Miami in 4.
It's true. I'm just saying, like, for some people they don't want to deal with traffic or anything,
Like
and
a
they just
slow
want
ass train.
Well, a lot of it's for like international tourists and stuff like that.
Oh, because when Asian people come here, they can't drive. Yeah. That doesn't
They
make
get dropped
sense.
off in Orlando. They could do the theme parks and then get on the train and go to Miami Beach and then come back up and go to Tampa or even St. Augustine. So that's what it's eventually designed for. It should have been a bullet train, so it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Nikki says Brightline's opening this year in September from Orlando to Miami. There you go. The Brightline
train system. It's supposed to be
Oh,
really,
Shining
really
Time Station.
nice. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But the crazy thing is about the Zelda place is Universal dumped a ton of money into this attraction called Poseidon's Adventure, and they closed it down for like 6 months. And I don't know, whatever they did, paint it, refurbish, whatever. They reopened it. Then like the census report came out, and it was showing that more people were excited about Nintendo World, and like more people are visiting Universal, and their annual pass sales went up. And they shut it down in like a month for no reason whatsoever. So it's like this whole mystery of like, and the land there where Poseidon Adventure is, it's massive. They could easily build like stuff for Zelda, the Zelda Castle, all that stuff like that there. They have lots of land there. And so no one understands why. Like they spent all that money to reopen it for the summer, and then they just closed it for shocking reasons. So
Well, Oscar's got a very important question for you, Jay.
it's about poop. Are there any hot chicks on Miami Beach? I will say yes, but you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Check the plumbing out before you proceed.
Yeah, I heard that.
A lot of hot chick, a lot of plastic there too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like
Miami's
it
like
feels
the
like
number one.
The stereotypical like Miami like hot chick is someone that like who they're fake as fuck. They're looking for some dude who's like got a big Instagram, who's got a bunch of fucking money that they can mooch off the rest of their lives or something. You know?
Or they're Dwight Howard's type.
Yeah, transgendered.
Oh man,
that's what happened to Dwayne Wade. He spent too much time on Miami Beach.
Yeah, you got to search and find a good Miami girl, not any of the stereotypical ones. All right, don't go walking the beach. All right, let's read some of these super chats though. All right, Blue Tiger. I said that one. Mike Hill for $10. Jay, where's the best restroom at Busch Gardens?
The best restroom at Busch Gardens is right in the beginning of the park. It's kind of hidden off to the left. So I didn't know it existed. It was Rolo that actually said, go here. There's no one ever goes in there. So I went, and
Jay has all the answers.
In Sote, I just heard DreamWorks has fallen into live action rabbit hole. They become the very thing they swore to destroy.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I saw a casting for Astrid. I think that the chick looks, she looks, I don't know, biracial. She doesn't look black, but she looks biracial. Definitely not the Nordic fucking, well, white that thing is themed around. That entire story is based.
But you know what the big issue is how they treat that. Like that to me is like, if you don't respect our casting, you're a racist. Talk like things like that. Mm-hmm. So I guess that will tell if they do a How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll look into that probably at some point. Unaverage Joe becomes a channel member. Thank you. I'm not a banana for $5. Going to Universal Hollywood next month. Jay, any recommendation for food and attractions?
Universal Hollywood. Eat at if you can get. You got to go there right when it opens. Go straight to Super Nintendo World and make a reservation to eat at Toadstool Cafe. That's the only way you can get there. If you don't get there early, you're in a world of hurt. If you don't get there early, I would recommend going to see if you can get into the Three Broomsticks at Harry Potter. That's the only other thing. But the Toadstool Cafe was fantastic. Mm-hmm. But they take reservations when you get in there, and you got to get in there early because they go quick, which shows you the power of Nintendo. It's the new attraction there. And when we were there, if you saw the live stream, I literally left Super Nintendo World and walked around the rest of the park. There was 0 wait times for everything. I walked on everything in the live stream. The Secret Life of Pets, which was also a newer ride.
Even Harry Potter
no one in line. And yeah, Harry Potter was freaking empty. But Super Nintendo World had 75-minute waits for their rides and stuff. It was crazy. That's where everybody wanted to be.
I saw someone said Jeremy looks tired. Yes, because we had an amazing Tuesday night's main event last night. These Wednesday shows we're always a little Jeb Bush on this one right here. So
like my lighting is not working.
This is okay. This is like a rough turnaround. At least we used to do the political stream too as well today after. That was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
I guess I do have a stream later.
So. Well, and thank you, Trevor. Trevor says Jeremy looks tired and gay. Thank you.
It's almost Pride Month. Hey, we should change the Geeks and Gamers logo to a rainbow.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be pretty funny.
And actually change the like Geeks and Gamers.
That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be funny.
Honestly, I bet people would fucking lose it, dude. They'd be like,
and you should announce that I'm the
Hold out.
DEI, that I'm the new DEI vice president for G&G. We'll just go all in.
Oh man, fucking funny.
Derek Douglas for 5. Do you guys think that Black Spider-Man is about to destroy the black fish and also destroy the racist narrative?
I think Into the Spider-Verse will do very well.
The projections are crazy for it. It'll be interesting to see how it does internationally. No, pre-sale numbers in China are not good. They're not as bad as they were for Little Mermaid, but they're not great. I wonder what it'll do the rest of internationally, because that's the thing. And we might as well get into this entire thing right now. We've seen the mainstream media already do everything they can to protect the Little Mermaid. They were on this before it even came out. For months, they were setting the narrative. Oh, it's just racist. If this fails, it's because of racist, blah, 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 blah. Well, after opening weekend, they were saying the exact same thing. They were blaming racism for why this thing is failing internationally. The Little Mermaid splashes were like flounders to a $164 million global bow. But there's something fishy overseas as Disney picked beset by review bombing. And maybe the most insane thing, the insane headline that I've seen, is calling it ratings terrorism.
Oh my
That's
God.
what some outlets are claiming. That if you don't like this movie, you're a fucking terrorist. If you give it a bad review, you're a terrorist. That's actually what's happening,
Jesus
man.
Christ, bro.
That can't be real.
It's real, man.
Oh my God.
This is what's led these companies, the IMDb's, all this stuff, to protect it. IMDb's removed their normal weighting system and said, just so you know, there's been unusual activity. The terrorists are here and they're downvoting this.
Good
My God.
But on the same hand, though, when you look at what's going on with, say, Fast and Furious, with Fast X, like, that is a movie that's doing really well internationally. It has a very diverse cast. So the question is, well, is it just racism for this specific thing? So we have something like Into the Spider-Verse coming out in next week, in just a couple of days. If that does well overseas, what are they going to say? Are they going to use the same narrative about ratings terrorism because people just don't like black characters? It's just such a mess, and we knew it was going to be like this from the beginning.
Well, Ryan, I don't like talking about this, especially in front of 2,000 people, but clearly you did not get the Steve Bannon email, but we were told to go see Into the Spider-Verse to pretend that we're not racist, just so we can kind of offset the discussion. You must have missed the email.
I just don't want to be called
yeah,
I don't want to be called a terrorist, so I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. We're supposed to go see Into the Spider-Verse and support it because that's to offset the racism. You know what I mean? So that's what Mr. Bannon said. So
I did not get that email.
Yeah,
I actually blocked Steve. I didn't want. He sent me some weird drunk emails one night. I was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Stop taking your shirts off. All right.
Yeah,
Bannon wears 4 shirts everywhere. So you know.
So yeah, I mean the whole nonsense, right? I mean, look, I'm still shocked at the projections for Into the Spider-Verse, and that's not because there's any negativity that I have necessarily outside of. I mean, the marketing issue with that, but I'm talking about the first movie I enjoyed, but the projections are out of this world. But yeah, that brings into the question: if racists are just not going to see Little Mermaid, why are they going to see other movies with diversity in them? Pretty interesting question.
It all comes back to all this hypocrisy, right? When Moses Ingram was getting backlash for her character being terrible, right? Star Wars comes out and they say, "Oh, we don't support this racism anywhere and everywhere." Why didn't they do that for the Solo movie with Donald Glover?
Yep.
Was there a racist backlash against Donald Glover as Lando? No, it's almost like that's not the issue. It's almost like people, when you combine the identity politics into the story building and everything you're doing, everything suffers. We talk about this a lot. When you go into something, when you hire people, when you put people behind the camera, in front of the camera, all based off this woke agenda and this ideology, things will suffer, including storytelling, even including the music, when you start to make lyrical changes or insert things for certain reasons. So it's all connected. When you see one decision regarding that, usually it means that other decisions are being made. So when the Black Ariel was cast, people said, it's just a person. It doesn't matter. No, there's an agenda at play with that casting. And then what do we see? Lyric changes. We see the changing of the story. Oh, by the way, Ariel is going to be the one to save Eric and everyone else at the end. All these things peppered throughout because it's about more than just a casting. There is an agenda.
And at the end of the day, these companies cannot take an L to save their life. They will make up every and any excuse possible to say this is why it failed and blame everything else except for themselves. So pride comes before the fall.
Yeah, well, actually, Pride Month does come before fall.
Yeah,
so that makes sense, Jay.
Well, and when you do see rare exceptions of people or studios taking L's, like again, I've talked about it recently, the Sonic movie. You see success. You know, they took the L. They're like, yo, we fucked up. We hear you. We're going to go back to the drawing board and we're going to try to correct this and take some of the fan feedback into account. And because they did that, they have a very successful film franchise now versus if they would have just stuck to their guns like most places do, then Sonic 1 would have failed miserably and nothing would have ever come from it. And so little stuff like that matters because do I think that the Mario movie, I don't remember when the Mario movie got like actually agreed upon. I can't remember if it was before or after the Sonic movie actually succeeded. I can't remember the first one. But the Sonic movie will probably be one of these movies we look back on and think back to where that really did get the kind of like we look at X-Men, you know, the first X-Men movie. And that kind of really jump-started the superhero stuff. That first Sonic movie is going to kind of be that point in time we look back and go, this is really where the video game stuff started. And it's all because they listened to the fans and took the criticism into account, which is what most studios don't do.
I want to share this real quick before we move on. It does appear that Universal Studios is listening to people like Ripa and Gary because they are selling Miles Morales cups, not Spider-Man cups, in their theme park. So they wanted to make it clear they actually have a Spider-Man cup and they also have a Miles Morales cup. So there's a unique distinguished oh freak, I screwed it up.
Distinction.
Yeah.
Good job, Jay.
Miles Morales does look very distinguished in that picture of him cosplaying as Spider-Man. I agree with that.
I screwed it up. It's too early. It's my coffee brand coffee. Use code DRUNK3PO to save. The official launch is coming in a few minutes.
All right. Rooster Cogburn, member for a month. The Harry Potter show will break records. I think it'll do massive. You know, it's really funny too. There was a story last week I wanted to cover but never got to it. That after all this new round of boycott calls over the Harry Potter show and J.K. Rowling being involved, Netflix UK got the rights in some way for the Harry Potter movies for a certain amount of time because obviously they're on Max. They license them out sometimes. All 8 Harry Potter movies were in the top 10 at Netflix for that week in the UK.
Ryan, how big is the Harry Potter fan base? Is it like on Star Wars level or bigger than Marvel levels? Or I mean, it's not really, as old as them, but
it's tough to tell. Those movies did very well at the box office. The reader base is massive. I don't know how many millions of copies J.K. Rowling has sold. I don't know if you could put it in the same range of them because it's not as old. It doesn't have many fans that have been around that long. But in terms of a franchise that was created in the late 90s, it has to be huge because Marvel has the benefit of being around for decades and decades and decades before the MCU came around. So you've got a lot of built-in fans from other places.
I mean, going back to the theme parks as well, it's like when you go to the Hogsmeade and stuff, these people are in like 200-degree weather with their robes on and hoods and wands walking around that place just to get pictures. I know they're sweating balls, you know, but like it just seems like they're just so dedicated. They have no problems waiting 3 hours to go see Hagrid, you know, like in their rides and stuff. It's incredible, like how dedicated these Harry Potter fans.
My gut feeling is that the Harry Potter fan base is probably very comparable to Star Wars in terms of just sheer numbers and impact and everything like that. Obviously, to what Ryan's saying, I mean, obviously has been around as long, but with just taking it right now, I would argue, especially with what Disney's done to Star Wars, and this is even with the setbacks that you've seen with a couple of the films recently with Harry Potter, they haven't done near the damage that Disney's done to Star Wars. I would argue right now Harry Potter might be a slightly stronger brand than Star Wars right now.
Right now, yeah.
It's really it's a little tough to compare, and because there's not there has been some new Harry Potter content in the world, and you had some big disappointments with, you know, Secrets of Dumbledore. Spoiler alert, the secret is he's gay. But you know, when you look at the sales, over 600 million copies sold. That's the estimates for the Harry Potter series. Now, granted, there's 7 books in the series, whatever, but 600 million copies, probably around 200 million in the US alone. That's an insane fucking number.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What about like video games? It's hard to rate because like
I mean, Hogwarts Legacy did massive. You know, Hogwarts Legacy did huge numbers. Obviously, it's not going to be able to compare to something like Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, whatever the fuck.
I mean, Jedi Fallen Order, if you're comparing Star Wars, or is that because one of them's just exclusive?
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to just do a straight comparison with 2 games like that. But in terms of Hogwarts Legacy, that did massive stuff for them. It way overperformed any of their expectations. And it does show that despite all the boycotts, despite the noise, despite all that stuff out there, people love this series. They love the characters. They love the world. And quite frankly, 99% of people don't give a fuck that J.K. Rowling thinks that biological sex is real, because they do too. So to stand on that hill and say, I'm going to die on the hill of we have to cancel J.K. Rowling because she believes men are men and women are women, that's not the popular thing.
Nope. Our boy Ivan Valientes says, was at Splash Mountain Disneyland yesterday with big crowds at night for the last log drops. Disney doesn't care about their history or understand this ride's history. Universal treats their closing rides with more respect. Dude, Splash Mountain is one of my favorite attractions at any Disney park. You know what I mean? I always loved Splash Mountain. In fact, they got rid of Splash Mountain over activists on Twitter. That just says so much about Disney. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous. I used to love going to that. The theming was cool. The queue line was cool. Everything about it. The music was nostalgic. And now because some fucking fat blue-haired land whale on Twitter, they've gotten rid of it.
Now it's going to be Tiana's Bayou, which has really no mountains in the Louisiana swamp. So
that's funny. Actually, I didn't think
so
of that.
Bad. Disco Cobra for 50 says not related to anything you guys are talking about, but either way, did you see that Haley Williams, lead singer of Paramore, said that anyone who votes Republican or specifically for Ron DeSantis are dead to her? Laughing my ass off. She used to be a Christian. I used to really like Paramore back in the day. I don't know what I haven't heard. I didn't even know they were still a thing, to be honest with you, currently, which I don't listen to any current music. But back in the day, Paramore, I really enjoyed the band. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And these people are so out of touch with reality. So
it's just like
you're gonna hear a lot more of it from a lot of people.
That's so crazy because obviously I think that, you know, most people watching this stream can probably tell we didn't vote for Biden, right? I don't think that that's a surprise to anyone. But at the same time, what if we're to come out and say, if you vote for Joe Biden, you're fucking dead to us? Like that immediately tells half the people in this country that I have no interest in hearing from you. I don't want you part of this. I don't want you in my chat. Like, that's stupid. That's retarded. But that's what so many people have it's been coming to now.
Yep. And then not only bring this up because I still listen to Paramore and I got tickets to one of their concerts this year. Should I still support this type of behavior or just not care about their politics? I know some people care. Well, ultimately, as I've said many times, it's up to you to do with your money what you choose. I'll never shame you for spending your money how you want, because when you start going down that road, like, where does it end? I can find probably 1,000 things that anybody supports out there that would be contradictory to their stances. When you look deep enough into it, that's just part of it. I mean, it's like for you, like I'm a fan of a lot of music bands that despise my politics and probably would hate my guts as a human being if they knew that I was a Trump supporter. You know
like
what I mean?
Ripa's band.
So yeah, there you go. So, but I would say it's got to be it's like for me, like back in the day, I liked Green Day. And Green Day, they are about as fucking left-wing lunatics as you could possibly imagine. I absolutely have no interest in supporting them in any way, shape, or form anymore. Never will again. They are so deranged that it's just to the point where it affects my enjoyment of their music. And I can't tell you the last Green Day song that came out. I don't know anything about what last 21st Century Breakdown, I think, is the last album, that I was followed with them. That was a long time ago.
Yellow Flash says, I really identify with Splash Mountain because Song of the South is my favorite Disney movie. Ed Zippity Doodah.
Now you got to travel to Tokyo, I think, to ride Splash Mountain now.
I don't know if I've ever been on Splash Mountain because that's in California, right?
It's in Orlando. It was in Orlando.
Was in Orlando. Yeah.
I guess I probably did when I was a kid. I don't really remember that shit.
You want to know these? Oh, go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
The only thing I actually remember, I think I visited Disney World when I was like 10 or 11 or something when I was a kid. And the only real thing I remember is Space Mountain. That's really it. Other than that, I have like no clear memories of it. And that I just remember because it's fucking pitch black, and I thought my head was gonna get chopped off or something.
First time I rode Space Mountain as an adult. I don't remember riding it when I was younger. So I was in line and there was a guy behind me, and he basically was telling someone that there was a guy that got his head chopped off years and years ago. And so riding it, I was fucking scared to fucking death. Like I would just duck my head every time because I'm just waiting for my head to get knocked off. It freaked me the hell out. And I'm like, I don't know if that guy was trolling. That was a damn good troll if that's what he was doing, because he destroyed my experience of it.
Yeah, you don't know what the clearance is. You're just like, it's scary, man. All right, Keela Vakuya, member for a month. I feel Disney needs deletion just like the U.S. government. Both are ruining people's lives, but in different ways. P.S. Hail MCU fan for my membership. Centenario for 5. Jay, what's a good place in Universal for a quickie for me and my girl?
E.T. ride. Just watch out for the cold finger.
Oh, God.
It lights up, too.
Rooster Cogburn for 199. If Toadstool eats himself, does he trip balls? Only if he eats his balls.
That's pretty good.
My cum smells for 5.
Oh my.
Jay, what's better, Busch Gardens Tampa or Busch Gardens Williamsburg? I live in Virginia Beach and I've only been to Williamsburg.
Williamsburg, like hands down.
That's the only one I've been to. I went to that a lot.
Tampa one is like a weird design. It's like it was like a straight line, and then you had to like work your way
like
back.
Lego. It's like Legoland. Fucking like straight back. I fucking hate that.
It's why. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the design. The Williamsburg one was cool because it has the different countries like Germany and all this stuff. So
yes, there's a lot of European countries that you go through there. I like Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I like during Christmas Town too.
Yeah, that's really good. Awesome. I went the last time I was there was for Halloween. They hooked me up to do their hollow screen. It was done really well. So.
Christian Wolf for 5. Business idea. Universal starts cloning actual dinosaurs. Open up a real Jurassic Park in Florida. Spares no expense. What could go wrong?
You never know.
We do have a couple Rumble rants. The clear site for $1. Hi all. Ryan has a baby face but a good beard. Strange but works. Jay, I just like you. You are a good human. Jeremy, shave that beard. You don't have the beard grow. Beardo is ashamed.
Beardo complimented it. Beardo's the one encouraging me to keep going.
When you say someone's a nice person, you're basically saying, I think you're ugly, but you're nice.
The clear site for $1. Can Jay say this, please? Here is your frame, JFC. Or here's your fame, JFC.
Here is your fame, JFC.
There you go.
What does that mean?
Don't know.
I don't know. Ric Flair loves Space Mountain.
Yeah, he
Since
does.
that came in, I had to pull this up. So let's see.
That's Ric Flair, Slick Rick, Space Mountain. And speaking of Space Mountain, Buddy Landell, you come out here
That dude.
and you're trying to tell the female population of the world that Space Mountain is closed down. I tell you how I came by that handle. One night a woman, just screamed out, it's like, Space Mountain. Young Landell, a little girl the other day told me that your handle was,
Oh, Rick, it's Ride the Wild Mouse.
Wild Mouse, Buddy Landell.
Flair's a fucking
Yeah,
legend,
he's
dude.
awesome.
The longest lines, baby.
No one can do it better.
Pepe paying for $5. This is an interesting one. Jay, I want to know if you've heard about this. He talked about it a day or two ago on Rumble 2, and I've checked it out. Will y'all address Universal's all-age drag show at Universal on June 8th? I think this is Universal LA. Inside the Magic article on May 24th. I know you want an alternative, but they're all the same. Much love. Thank you, Pepe. Have you heard anything about this, Jay?
The only thing I know is that I think it's a special, like a special event where you have to buy a ticket. Inside the Magic's kind of a, yeah, that's a 50-50 site, man. Like sometimes they blow stuff up. I have not heard of it, but I probably should look into it. So the ones in California always did these special, they always did Pride stuff with special alternative tickets. They just didn't do it here in Florida. So I will definitely look into it. But I mean, like Jeremy was saying, it's hard to find out, like especially the month of June. Everybody changes to the rainbow banner.
Yep.
Everyone just like, so it's, pick your poison,
Here you go. This is what I got here. Let me share just the tab real quick. Universal Pride event will welcome all ages, feature drag queens, characters, and more. I don't know if this is from last year or something like that. The highly requested sold out Universal Pride Night is finally returning.
Yeah.
Which maybe means it hasn't happened because of COVID. Los Angeles Pride and Universal Studios Hollywood are collaborating for a Pride is Universal, an all ages after hour Pride Month celebration. Let's see. Guests can enjoy dance parties, DJs, meet and greets, exclusive photo ops, and a drag show featuring LGBTQIA artists, including all these fucking freaks. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Almost all Universal Hollywood retail shops, restaurants, and attractions will be available. Don't really care about that. General admission, don't really care. There's the poster. $125 and $250 respectively. While all okay, hold on. Oh no, that's just for alcohol, obviously. So there you go.
All ages drag show.
At least, yeah, that's what this says. That's pretty fucking degenerate, to be honest with you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's what it's funny. That's what Gavin Newsom is pushing for that state, because Gavin Newsom's on this. He's on this like just to destroy DeSantis and Florida. Like everything he posts is like, we offered Florida got rid of it, but California's gonna have it. So no, it's disgusting.
Yep.
And you're right. It's like it's hard. Like what do you do? It's hard. And it's funny that they have that in California, but they don't have that in Florida. So it's like politics
ridiculous
as usual. I don't know. These companies just out to make money. That's just what they pander to this. So it's disgusting.
I saw this right here. It's so true. Ric Flair is some kind of human miracle. The amount of drinking that man has done his whole life, he's got to have a Wolverine healing factor.
Agreed.
I don't think people understand how hard that dude partied. This dude lived his gimmick. They say everywhere you go and there's some type of, I don't know, Marriott hotel, there's usually a Ric Flair was naked in the lobby story with all these women that were passed out in this room.
My favorite Ric Flair story is when he was talking about where he was like, he looked at Andre the Giant, he's like, I'm going to outdrink you tonight. I'm going to freaking I don't care if I die. I'm going to outdrink you and I'm going to shut you up. and he was like Andre finished 147 beers and 2 bottles of wine and kept going, and Ric Flair was like 100. He just looked in the camera and was like, the dude drank 147 beers.
Is that possible?
I was dying laughing.
You heard that Wade
147
Boggs story? The
beers.
Wade Boggs story about the flight across the country where he drank like 88 beers.
Oh, that was pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, Andre was something else, man. So we just got a 50 from Linko Kenobi. What's up, guys? I didn't know that there was a Busch Gardens in Virginia. Interesting. Have you guys checked out the new Turtles trailer yet? It's glad you guys had fun. Memorial Day weekend playing pool. I missed that playing that game. MAGA Trump 2024. Yes, sir. You talking about the Seth Rogen Ninja Turtles, I'm assuming, and I've seen that trailer way more than I want to, because almost every fucking movie I go to, they play that trailer, and I think the movie looks horrible.
Yes, I don't.
It looks absolutely horrible.
No interest.
Cole Hauser for 2. Thank you. Nerds and Normies with an upside down Geeks and Gamers symbol as its logo. For 5. I trolled Campy with the Hail 199 super chat on his open mic video titled "Can Transformers Be a Hit" on May 26th. Oh, no. It's at the 49-minute 53-second mark.
I gotta look it up right now. Hang on. So what's the title of it?
Can Transformers be a hit? Cole Hauser for 2. Where's Jay's Ho Chi Minh hat? Yo, Joe.
It's right here.
Let's see.
Sandstorm for 2. Give the terrorists a Bud Light. Turn them gay. Let's see. Where am I? Fuck. I hate when it skips on me. Fyodor Dostoevsky for 10. We need a black mermaid because harmful images and stereotypes about black people. Black people proceed to get in public fistfights in the Black Mermaid movie. We live in a simulation. Yes. Jeremy's face lights up when Campy is mentioned.
Oh, dude. Well, if there's a Hail the 199, that's great. Kind of fun.
Mike has bad knees for 5. Maybe the movie would have done better in Asia if they hadn't give Halle Bailey the CGI mastectomy. You know, I heard people talking about that, and first of all, it's weird talking about that because she's so young. She's obviously like 23 or whatever. But I feel like Halle Bailey has a different body type now than when she filmed that movie. I think she was as like slim and trim as could possibly be because her, midriff was going to be exposed in that movie because she wanted to look really. I think, to be honest, she's just gained a little weight naturally. And sometimes when chicks gain weight, tits get bigger. Like that just is what it is. So I don't know how much I prescribe to like they intentionally did that versus how her body just might be a little bit different now that she's put on some weight. I don't know.
Yep. Here we go. And
Nerds and Normies writes, Hail the 199. I don't know what that means.
I'm not quite sure what that means.
Bruce Wayne Brady.
No. I'm not sure what that means. Shout out to you guys. Hail the 199 everywhere. And also shout out to Salty Cracker. Salty was rocking a Geeks and Gamers shirt yesterday while he was on with Alex Stein on his Blaze show. And so that was super cool to see. So shout out to the Salty Army as well.
And someone says she got cast at 23. Well, no, she's 23 now, I believe. She got cast, she was 19. Which still she's 19, but it's whatever. Mike has bad knees for 5. I said that. Fyodor Dostoevsky for 5. In relation to my last super chat, if masculinity is so toxic, why didn't we see fistfights break out in Creed 3? Yeah, I know, right? That's true. Powerfully Weenus for 5. Jay is correct. The costume people walk around with major swamp ass.
Jay's a big fan of swamp ass.
Big fan. I'm surprised there hasn't been a swamp ass account made after all these years.
I wonder what's about to happen now, Jay.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm sure someone will make it. But they should have been on top of things. I'm just reading about this Universal Studios Hollywood stuff. It is a separate ticket, and at least they're advertising what you get. So,
hey, you just He just sent a $10 super chat. He needs some backstory on the 199. So we got you. We got you. All right. And thank you.
You need to
for
make
this.
a video. Just upload. And it's on Twitter, right?
Yeah, it's on Twitter. So here it is right here. Boom.
Jeremy was supposed to leave in like 20
I
minutes.
know. I'm about to.
That. I did. Hold on. I gotta address someone in the chat here. We got Awesome Guy.
Awesome Guy. What's up, Awesome Guy?
Celebration cringe. Are you retarded? Star Wars Celebration has been a thing since 199.
199?
I don't
Wow.
know who the fuck you are. I just got this stream on my recommended for some reason. Stop being reactionaries. Well, Awesome Guy.
Ryan
I'm sure the
reading
chat's
it
gonna love
made
you,
it
but
so
Awesome
much
Guy.
funnier.
If you want Star Wars Celebration cringe, I am here. I'm here to give that to you. Don't fucking worry.
199. 199.
Since 199.
None of the chats.
All right. It's been around for almost 2,000 years, ladies and gentlemen.
So good. It never gets old. It never gets old. All right, I am going to take my out now. Thank you guys. You'll see Jay here tomorrow as well. I'll be on Open Bar with Critical Drinker. I think we're going to play something tonight if I can get to where I'm going. My traveling, if I can get to Pensacola in time. But thank you guys.
When is Critical Drinker?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, on an Open Bar. So we're going to talk about The Little Mermaid. I think you guys are going to talk about The Little Mermaid. Or we already talked about it. Is there another story you wanted to talk about? The box office? I couldn't remember.
I have one more thing I want to talk about, which is She-Hulk.
Oh, well, Jay wants to talk all about that. So I'm gonna bounce 199 out. Thank you guys for the support. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. Go subscribe to his channel. He just started it.
Thanks.
He's got about 20 subs. If we can go ahead and get those numbers up on the Drunk 3PO channel, it would mean a lot to him.
Thank you.
You're a great guy, Jay. You're a really nice guy. Bye,
Appreciate
everyone. Bye.
Bye. That took weirdly long.
I know.
All right, it's just us, Jay. Are you ready to talk about She-Hulk? I think you talked about this on your stream the other day a little bit.
I did.
Right? I wanted to talk about it. Not this story's like a couple days old, but there's another one that just came out yesterday that I think is really fucking funny. As we all saw, She-Hulk was an abomination. There's been a lot of trash coming out of Marvel, coming out of the MCU over the past couple years. But to be honest with you, this one might be at the top of the trash pipe, at the top of the trash pile. I spit all over my camera. So I don't know if you got that.
I felt it.
Yeah, this one might be at the top of the trash pile, the worst of the worst. She-Hulk, for a variety of reasons, including the fact that it was cringe, including the fact that the CGI looked like crap. But most of all, it was just not funny. It was an unfunny mess, and fans hated it. And now people are kind of mocking it because Marvel clearly thinks it's one of the best things they've ever made. She-Hulk has been put forward for 19 Emmy Awards. MCU fans react with ridicule. And yeah, it got mocked, especially when Deadline Hollywood puts out a paid advertisement for Disney for your Emmy consideration. Marvel Studios She-Hulk in all categories, including Outstanding Comedy Series. You don't have to look too far.
If you click on the link, you could see like what Emmys they want. All right, you got it. There you go.
Look at this.
Outstanding like Mark Ruffalo. They want Mark Ruffalo for having an Emmy on that.
Some of this stuff is nonsense because you have special visual effects. This was mocked because it looked like Grand Theft Auto on the PS2. And they submitted it for visual effects. Like, how laughable is that? But I think one of the more interesting things that we've also found out is that as so many people came out, just like we've seen with Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, whatever, they always bring in all these actors or people that are part of the franchise to come and defend it. Well, in this case, it was Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, who actually appears as Daredevil. He defended this movie. He said, it's okay. Like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for you. You don't have to watch it. You can watch something else. Well, now we found out that Charlie Cox hasn't fucking watched it either. That he hasn't watched this shit. Apparently, he's taking his own advice, and it's not for him, so he's not watching it. While he's trying to defend all this stuff, he admits that he's never fucking seen it. After defending Daredevil's abominable She-Hulk attorney-at-law scenes, Charlie Cox admits he hasn't watched his She-Hulk episodes. And this was the quote at the time: "You can't please people all the time. If She-Hulk's not your thing, don't watch it. Watch something else." Motherfucker took his own advice.
He sure did.
Then Cox admitted, and I think people responded to that. I actually also haven't seen that episode. I've seen bits from when we do ADR. So when they're doing voiceovers, that's what he's seen. And it seems fun. You know what I mean? Like, how funny is it that the dude they bring back, the dude that, hey, they got blasted for the way they depicted him, a character that people still really care about and people are really worried about what he's going to be like in his series. But when the dude who says and is out there defending it, saying, if you don't like it, just don't watch it, isn't even fucking watching it.
Exactly. And that was their marketing too. It was like, we're bringing back the Daredevil that you guys love, from the Netflix series that was very popular. A lot of people love that series. And, that as soon as you saw the first costumes of whatever of Daredevil coming back, everybody just knew, like, well, this ain't going to be the same one as the Netflix show. But my question is, what do they hope to gain by winning an Emmy? Like, it's so they're just going to add that to the title, watch the Emmy award-winning She-Hulk attorney at law, or are they working on a part 2 where they'd be like, the Emmy award-winning She-Hulk series returns in She-Hulk 2, Electric Boogaloo?
What I personally think is that they've nominated it for every category they could possibly do. They know they're not going to win anything. I think they're hoping that they get like 3 random nominations because this is just them submitting it for consideration. They're hoping that they can get like random music composition in the series or music supervision or single camera picture editing. Like they're hoping they get one of these little things so they can say the 3-time Emmy nominated She-Hulk series that was a hit with critic. That's what I think it is. Because there's no way they could possibly think that this deserves any sort of award. This is nonsensical. This is stupid. This is idiotic. We saw how people reacted to it. The critics came out there. The critics defended it. They tried to praise it. Anyone that watched it rejected this shit. But hey, they think it's Emmy award winning.
So Disney paid an ad to Deadline to push this.
Correct. That's what this hashtag ad means.
That's where their money's going, folks.
As you're getting fired, you're someone that's working for Disney. You're part of the latest rounds of layoffs of thousands of people getting fired by Disney after they've gone down the woke rabbit hole, destroyed their company. Just know that the $100,000 that they probably cut for your salary was spent on an ad for She-Hulk to get Emmys. I hope that makes you feel better.
Just when you think they couldn't get any dumber, here we have She-Hulk. She rises from the ashes.
Like this. And totally redeem yourself. No, not really.
It's unbelievable. That is just why can't they just win an award because they put out a good product? Whatever happened to those days? Now it's paid advertisements and wanting people to vote. It's really odd too, because when you click on that link, it takes you to that screen that you show. It takes you to from Deadline. It takes you to another screen where they want you to put in like a special code so you could watch the episode to vote on it. Apparently, so I'm not quite sure how that works, but that's just what they're doing. So they're hoping that people that are giving out these awards, they're like, here, we're going to send you a free code. Go to the Deadline link so you can watch the show that nobody watched. So pretty wild stuff, man.
Yellow Flash for 2. Ryan's favorite Disney movie, Song of the South. Thank you, Flash. Chris B for 5. What's funny is Hogwarts had a lot of force and sometimes distracting inclusivity permeating throughout the game, and nothing's enough for these freaks. Yeah, it was distracting how many people of color were in Scotland at a school for UK wizards in the 1890s. Distracting. The Exalted Patriarch for 199. My Swiggers. Have you heard the Boycott Target song? It's like number 1
it's number
on the
1.
rap charts. Gerald Armstrong for 2. Ric Flair. Oh, we said that one. Christian Wolf for 199. Jay is a real nice guy.
Thank you. I'm trying to look better, man. I'm trying to get my hair done and all that stuff. That's just code for you're ugly. That's all.
Yeah. What do you mean trying to get your hair done?
Like cut it nice, like get it all. That's all. Instead of just the normal buzz and go.
I don't know. You just grow your hair out like mine, Jay.
Yeah, I should.
Blue Tiger for 2. Jay, can you get Ric Flair and FNT? Woo!
Well, that would be the show of the decade if I could pull that off.
You would have no idea what was going on.
He'd probably be wasted.
Linko Kenobi for 5. There's a new trailer out for Turtles. That's what I meant. Oh God, there's a new one out. Ugh, cringe. Bush and Ryu Cat for 10. Jeremy looks like a young Chuck Norris. Keep it. Ryan, your mermaid story may have backfired. I'm going to show you friends with beer pong in a paper bag to watch a fight. And my sign, boots to asses. I'm going to a show with some friends with beer in a paper bag to watch a fight. And that's what I see. You're going to go to Little Mermaid just to watch people fight. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Cardinal for 10. Jeremy, have you seen the wrestler Jay Lethal promo of a spot-on impression of Flair? It's hilarious. We'll have to ask him next time. FXKTP becomes a channel member. Thank you. John Ease for 199. Ryan, when are you going to be on the open bar? I was on a couple months ago. I've been on there before. Whenever, really.
I've been on there too.
Tinsote for 10. Warner Brothers World in Abu Dhabi made me realize how much untapped potential their franchises, except Harry Potter, have in American parks. It feels like WB's attempt at a Disney or Universal park. Have you heard of that?
Definitely
Warner
have
Brothers
the money.
World?
Yeah, they just opened that SeaWorld there in Abu Dhabi, and it looks unreal how crazy that park looks. So,
is this real?
Yeah, they just talked about it today.
No.
I don't know how much credit is behind it because it comes from CBR, but a female lead remake of The Office is officially happening. Do you want me to send you the link, or?
I see it right here. It's from Variety. It's real.
Oh, it is from. So CBR was going off Variety. Okay.
Female-led version of The Office to begin production in Australia. The Office comedy franchise will see middle management led by a woman for the first time in an Australian version that will play on Amazon's Prime Video. Okay, all right. This is okay. This is like an Australian version. Obviously, there's been a lot of different versions. Okay, this is not near as bad as I thought. I thought this meant that it was going to be like like it was supposed to be connected to The Office that we know here in America. Obviously, The Office started over in the UK with Ricky Gervais. They did an American adaptation here. They've done adaptations like all over the world. So this one, fucking Australian. I don't really give too much of a fuck about it. So that scared the shit out of me. I thought that meant that they were going to do an all-female like US Office reboot or something. So, all right, that was frightening to me for a second. Sorry, Australia.
Glad we got that worked out.
SeaWorld videos for 5. Universal could also use old Sinbad show stadium next to Poseidon. That's been closed for a while for the land change at IOA.
True.
Sophie for 2. Hail 199. Ryan, did you give Jay the stuff? Jay, I sent Jay a picture of it. Do you have it?
I know where it is. Yeah.
He knows where it is. It's here at the house. It's sitting on a counter. So it's ready for
the next time I come over to the HQ, I will have it in my possession. So, which could be, it could be any day.
Powerfully Weenus for 2. Jay, women get their hair done.
That's true. I recant my statement.
Axel Jessen for 199. Don't watch. The blind superhero. Drew Skull for 10.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Behind on the stream, guys. Disney's probably trying to hide all the FTX money. There's no way the budget is this big. They're not even a high-priced talent in the cast of Elemental.
It's just weird. Like every time they announce a project, the budget is unbelievable. Like even the Indiana Jones budget is like the 4th highest costing film of all time
in the top 10. Like
that's crazy.
That one to me makes sense because of all the effects that are involved with it. Because of they didn't just do in green screen, they also went out there, but then they had to do the effects, all the de-aging that they did for Harrison Ford for like the first 30 minutes of the fucking movie, like a lot of reshoots. That budget is way too high, but at least I can justify like how they got to that, how things got out of control for that movie. For Elemental, $200 million.
When like just
That's wild.
Avatar 2 and 3 was like 500 million to do them back to back. So it kind of balanced, I guess, 250 million a film. And Elementals is 250 million difference. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on at these animation studios. Let's see. Melodic Method becomes a channel member. Thank you very much. Over on Rumble, we got some super chats. Thank you guys. Clear sight for $1. Damn it, Jay. I'm poor and you made me spend another $1 just to tell you you're a good human.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ben Giles over on Rumble for $20. Thank you so much, Ben. Just wanted to say thank you, you guys, for keeping me entertained throughout the workday. Hail, Ben Giles. Pepe Payne for $1. Not to troll, but funding Florida Universal goes to the same bank account as LA. People will boycott beer, but not this stuff. Crazy, y'all. Thank you, Pepe.
I hear you.
All right. And Brendan Bellman for $5. I agree, Ryan. I hate Crystal Skull, but I think after DOD, we'll look back and appreciate it more despite its flaws. I think Crystal Skull gets too much hate. I've said that for a while. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a good Indiana Jones movie. I think it's fine, and I think it has its moments. I think there's things to take away from it that are enjoyable as an Indiana Jones fan.
I don't think it's a franchise killer like Last Jedi or something like that.
I think the ending is terrible with the whole alien thing and the UFO coming out. I think the bad CGI swinging with the monkeys shit is fucking awful. But I think there's some good moments in it. So I don't know. And we're all caught up. Jay, what do you got going on today?
Not too much. I know I haven't been making too many videos, but I'm just getting ready like to get Achromatic Chronicles Blue shipped out, and I have a trip coming up where I'm gonna go pick them up, and we're gonna go to Arkansas to the fulfillment center and get this stuff out. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. So that's pretty much if I do any gaming later, that probably will be it. But it's been a crazy adventure. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. This and the whole month of June will be I'll probably be disappeared for a little while. So just driving around. And you're heading to Dallas, man.
Yeah, I still gotta fucking book my flights and shit. Honestly, I've been really procrastinating. So yeah, I'll get that done, and I'll be in Dallas at the Fan Expo. I'll be at the meetup a week and a day from now, so 8 days from now. FNT meetup in Dallas. That'll be fun. And then yeah, Dallas Fan Expo. Everyone's talking about this TNME trailer. There's a new one. We'll watch it real quick. Hopefully we don't get fucking copyright. We'll do it at the end, and hopefully we don't get fucking copywritten. All right. We are all caught up. We're going to watch this, and then we're going to leave. If I can up the quality so we can see the cringe in full detail. All right. Here we go. A new Little Mermaid, or not Little Mermaid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trailer.
Can I kick it? I'm awesome.
Boys, where have you been? We're just running errands.
That's it?
Look, we're really sorry, Splinter. Some of the guys wanted to get pizza, and I tried to talk them out of it.
You ratted
Stop
us
being a
out.
bitch, Leo.
Don't use that word.
Wow.
I mean, it's 2023.
Sorry, Dad.
Hey, guys, if we weren't monsters that were shunned by society and we could do what we wanted, what would you guys do?
Go to high school. Maybe get a girlfriend.
Can you imagine that?
Not likely.
This is insane. Turtle Mutant Karate Teens. I want to know everything.
This is April O'Neil, by the way, in case anyone forgot. Black, fat April O'Neil.
About you.
Our dad is definitely not a giant rat. That makes me feel like he's a rat.
Police are baffled by the recent crime wave led by a superfly.
Nobody's ever seen his face.
Why?
Because he kills everyone who does.
Whoa. Cool.
No, not cool.
A bit cool.
Can I kick it?
We pick out Superfly, and then everyone will think we're cool. They'll accept us.
Can I kick it?
He's making a deal tonight under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Can I kick
Whoa.
What the freak is that?
This is, huh?
I can't believe there are other mutants.
You want to roll with us? Humans are never gonna like us. So we're gonna let the mutants rule the earth.
Rule the earth.
They got to go.
Okay, sort of a twist.
I gotta be honest. I liked the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles growing up. I was a fan. I had all the fucking toys. I'm not interested in watching this movie. Not
No,
one
it's
bit.
like I don't. Is Shredder in this? He's not
Maybe
even
we'll
in the
see at
film?
the end.
We can't stop him. We gotta try.
6 in the morning, police at my door.
Is that Ice Cube? Maybe.
My son, Michelangelo, you have heart. Donatello, you have wisdom. Raphael, you have bravery. And Leonardo, honor.
Enough talk. I dream about fighting every night.
You got a rage problem, right?
It's not a problem.
Can I shake it? Can I shake it? Can I shake it? Can I shake it? Can I shake it?
Ice Cube. I knew that voice anywhere.
You were right.
I knew it.
You were right. Ice Cube. There you go. If you want to see this Seth Rogen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it comes to theaters August 2nd. I don't like the animation. I hate this animation style for movies. I've talked about it before.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this that interests me. Jackie Chan as Master Splinter. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. In terms of everything else, I could not care less. And yes, April O'Neil is in fact race swapped and fat in this. So guess everyone's got this to look forward to.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing. I'm not a fan of that animation style either. I think that's like, isn't that what the Into the Spider-Verse is going for this time around too? Kind of similar or no?
Well, that's kind of how it was last time. The kind of
different
frame rate and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of that. Some people loved it.
What's the name of the Rhino? Is it Bebop and
Rocksteady and
Rocksteady? Yeah, they should be in the front.
I forget which one's which though.
It's usually those two and Shredder are like the three, but it looks like Shredder's not in the film.
He'll probably have some reference at the end or something. He's behind everything. Blah,
or
blah,
maybe
blah.
that's what they'll do. It's like the return of Shredder for part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cliff for 199. Mighty Mutanimals are the bad guys. Screw that. Yeah, that's basically what they're doing here. Mighty Mutanimals are the bad guys. So I don't know. Rocksteady is the Rhino. There you go. Rocksteady the Rhino.
Rocksteady, yeah, okay.
All right. Guys, I'm sorry we had to end it with that cringe, but there you have it. We are done. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. I think it's me and Jade tomorrow too. So
yes.
We'll be back with the latest bullshit, whatever that may be. And we will talk to you later. Peace.